Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing Jurassic World Rebirth. This is the brand new chapter in the Jurassic franchise and wow, have I got some thoughts. But before we start guys, fair warning, this video contains spoilers. If you have not seen the movie, then go and watch it and come back later. So without further ado, like and subscribe and let's jump in. At the start of the film, we're introduced to the main cast, and I actually really liked how kind of clear it all felt. It wasn't overcomplicated like some previous entries, and honestly, I enjoyed that, you know. It was a simple plot to follow, and anyone could follow it, even without a brain, honestly. So, we have Zora Bennett, who is played by Scarlett Johansson, a former Black Ops-style merc leading a mission to St. Herbert. She's a kind of no-nonsense leader. We haven't seen that since the early days of Claire. Then we have Duncan Kincaid, played by, oh god, I might butcher this, Mahazala Ali, the boat captain and Zora's longtime friend. Quiet, badass vibes. I liked him a lot, he was a good character. And we get Jonathan Bailey, who plays Dr. Henry Lumen, the paleontologist on the team. Think of him as the science heart of the film. Rupert Friend is Martin Krebs, the corporate guy who found the mission, and surprise surprise, turns out to have ulterior motives. Then we've got the Delgado family. God knows who they are. So, the plot, dinosaurs are dying out. Not from humans directly this time, but from climate change and widespread disease. The mission is to collect blood samples from the biggest dinosaurs in each category. For land, the Titanosaurus. For the sky, Quetzalcoatlus. And for the sea, Mosasaurus. Where can we find these bad boys? On a really dangerous remote island, because of course, it's a simple premise, and I actually appreciated that. It gave the film room to breathe and focus on action and suspense. Early on, we see the Delgado family on a speedboat, just kind of chilling and going across the Atlantic Ocean. But then, you see some Spinosauruses, some sails distantly distracting the family. And then, out of nowhere, the Mosasaurus attacks. It's brutal and chaotic, and honestly, I thought they were goners. Especially the boyfriend, Xavier, because he was literally this close to dying. He was so lucky that he swung quite fast. Oh yeah, wow, that's mincemeat food for the Mosasaur. But the main crew shows up just in time to save them, and from there they go full Jaws mode and start hunting down the Mosasaur. That entire sequence was so good. The tension, the underwater shots, the size and power of the Mosasaur felt massive, and honestly I love the bit when Scarlett Johansson was trying to snipe the Mosasaur. She missed a couple times, just the way it moved, it was beautiful. And then, plot twist, we find out the Spinosaurus, oh wow, the four Spinosaurus and Mosasaurus are working together. Yup, four Spinos and the Mosasaur actively cooperating. That was honestly the highlight of the whole movie for me. It's like nature reclaiming control again. And it gave me serious nature finds a way vibes from the old classic quote machine, Ian Malcolm. Ah, what a good guy. Hope he comes back in the sequel. And anyways, after the boat crashes, well, they're stuck on a remote island. They try and pack the bags, but the Spinosaurus stalk them. And unfortunately, one of the drivers of the boat gets killed by the Spinosaur. So, yeah. The crew is forced to go on foot. Total throwback to Jurassic Park. It can't be a Jurassic Park movie without killing people hiking through the jungle with flare guns and backpacks, right? Then, we hop to the Titanosaurus scene. And man, I love this part so much. There's a massive herd of them roaming across the plains, all while the original Jurassic Park theme swells in the background. I got actual chills. It felt like actual kind of cinema wonder the franchise is known for. Next up, the team tracks down the Quetzalcoatlus back to its nest and extracts DNA from an egg. It's a tense scene, and unfortunately, the other boat driver gets absolutely swallowed alive. And also, the doctor falls down, but he manages to survive because the dude got really lucky and fell into water. But they managed to regroup, and they've got all samples. Now all they need to do is get off the island, and they've done their mission. Easy, right? Well, not as you may think. You see, when they kind of reach the laboratory and near that gas station, well, let's just say things get weird. Well, not in a bad way, in a good way though. We're introduced to mutadons, basically flying raptor-like mutants with wings. I know a lot of people hate this concept, but honestly, I loved it. It's fresh, creepy, and it felt like the natural evolution of genetic tampering in the Jurassic Park test facility. I also found it really cool how the mutants were stalking the Delgado family in the kitchen. Again, another throwback for when the two velociraptors were hunting Lex and Tim in the kitchen in the original film. It was really intense. I enjoyed this scene. Probably one of the most nerve-wracking scenes of the film. It was good, honestly. And eventually, Scarlet manages to shoot one of the mutadons down, and they can hide in kind of the underground part. They also see some tested subjects, so we see a two-headed like raptor mutadon creature. We also saw at the start a two-headed triceratops as well. It was pretty cool. And also I also want to point out, which was really cool, we actually saw like another bond. Like, you know, we saw human and dinosaur bonds in Jurassic World with Owen and Blue, but this time we saw it with the small girl having a relationship with the Achelops. It was really cool. I love the Achelops. It was really cute. I liked it. It had a lot of personality, and I thought it was like a nice little side dinosaur that would kind of follow the family around. And hey, it survived and it came with them. But another thing that I forgot to mention was the T-Rex on the raft scene. Well, you see, before the Delgado family meet up with the main cast, they end up seeing a sleeping T-Rex right next to the raft that they need to escape in the river. Knowing this, that I forgot her name, the big sister goes out on her own and she tries to get the raft very carefully. She does quite well, but the T-Rex wakes up, but the raft is fully in front of her, so the T-Rex couldn't see her. And then, when it finally falls back down, the T-Rex is gone. Where is it? Well, it's just on the other side of the small land part, just having a casual drink. Now, she can do this if she's very quiet and the T-Rex doesn't notice her and just continues drinking. And she does kind of well, but unfortunately blows it right at the end when they start making really big noises. When they get on the raft, the T-Rex notices and, well, let's just say starts chasing them. It was honestly amazing. I originally thought, first seeing the scene, that they were just like, okay, the T-Rex is just going to roar at them, maybe go into the water, but like probably just go back out, right? But no, the T-Rex swims. What an amazing throwback. If you didn't know, guys, in the original novel written by Michael Crichton for the original Jurassic Park, there was a swimming T-Rex and a raft scene. However, it never made it onto the big screen. It was only described in a book. But now, they actually brought it to the big screen. That was good, man. I loved it. I thought the scene was really cool. I mean, I was expecting there to be two T-Rexes, because the Game in Viva made a conspiracy saying that there was, like, going to be two T-Rexes, but it was alright. I liked the T-Rex's design. It was cool. In my opinion, I think I like the T-Rex's design more than the normal ones from Jurassic Park, but to make it more creepy, it was also, like, mutant-like, because its roar was, like, really weird. Like, a T-Rex, like, you say Rexy, for example, has a proper roar. The T-Rex from Rebirth has quite a, like, it kind of shuts off at the end, almost like it's like it's hitting puberty and it keeps having voice cracks. But that was a really cool scene. And then shortly after, they do meet up with the main cast, and then time for the big reveal, my G's. This is what you guys have been waiting for. The Distortus Rex. The biggest moment that we were all hyping for. When I saw there was only like 30 minutes left, I was a bit sad. I was like, oh no, we're not going to see much of the Distortus Rex. But it comes out of nowhere, and it comes with a bang. Literally pulls down the rescue helicopter out of the sky and eats it. No hesitation. This thing is terrifying. It's built like a T-Rex, 4 legs, beluga whale, xenomorph looking ass thing, and much longer limbs, messed up proportion, and a roar that sounds like hell. And here's the kicker. Duncan ends up luring the D-Rex away with a flare. Yep, another reference to Jurassic Park. I know, you guys are probably getting annoyed by it, but I do have to point it out. But before that happens, the greedy exec gets eaten. Unfortunately, Martin Krebs does get eaten. He runs a car right into the D-Rex, and as you probably expect, the D-Rex ain't going to be very happy. So he grabs him, and nom nom, gets bitten in half. Pretty nice reference to Dennis Nedry getting killed. You know, the greedy ones get killed. Unfortunate. But then, the ending just kind of happens. It's a shame, but the D-Rex shows up again as the survivors are on the raft, just about to escape, and then, when they get into the water, it just runs away. No big final fight between the D-Rex, Spinosaurus, and Mosasaur. Not even a chase scene. I mean, it kind of just follows them, but once it, like, even sets one leg into the water, it's just like, nah, bro, I'm out of here. I mean, come on! I was waiting on the entire movie for this final showdown. Felt like they were building towards it, but then, they didn't. Oh man, it flopped at the end. It was rushed, unfortunately, I know. It was a good film, but unfortunately, I felt the ending was rushed. But, yeah. Now, let's get into my final thoughts on the film. So, overall, Jurassic World Rebirth probably isn't the absolute perfect movie. The ending needed an extra 10 minutes and quality-wise needed improving, and one last massive battle. It lacked that, unfortunately. But it honestly felt like a love letter to the franchise. The music, the atmosphere, the action, even the random kid subplot relationship with the Achelops was really cool. It was fun. It all screamed Jurassic nostalgia. My rating? A solid 9 out of 10. Would have been a 10 with a proper ending, with a final showdown with Dino Brawl, but still, it delivered what I wanted. Dinosaurs, chaos, and awe. Let me know what you thought of the film in the comments. Did you like the mutants? Were you disappointed by the ending like me? Should the D-Rex return in a sequel? Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notifications bell. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.